Demons have been around forever. Since the dawn of humanity, we've been using them to explain the unexplainable, to plumb the depths of human depravity for meaning or cause. And of course, to scare the crap out of other people. What better way to warn someone from doing something unacceptable than to say that a demon will come and get you if you do? It's genius. Naturally, plenty of demons from assorted religions and legends have made their way into horror movies. Some directly in name and appearance, others as references and nods to the original entity. There's no denying the impact whatever way you slice it. Hello horror heads, and welcome back to the scariest channel on YouTube, Top 5 Scary Videos. I'm your horror host Keegan Hughes, and today we're going to be taking a look at the top 5 movie monsters inspired by demons. Before we get going, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe for more undeniable unholiness. Perfect, let's begin. Coming in at number 5, we've got Pieman. This demon knows what people want, and he'll give it to you for a price. Often, Pieman just wants to chat, to teach you all sorts of cool stuff and then move right along. However, this demon king will sometimes require more. As the late revealed true antagonist in Hereditary, many people know Pieman as the weird thing that got mentioned a few times before being worshipped by a bunch of naked old people. That is a simple account of the flick for sure, and I'd always recommend a Hereditary rewatch. But Pieman existed way before Ari Aster decided to make his directorial debut. In fact, he even predates Christianity by most accounts. Sure, he's obedient to Lucifer and controls a grand swath of angels, but he's been around in pre-Christian literature for ages. Pieman is a king with domain over a lot of things. Some seem to believe that he can grant wishes. The legitimacy of this claim is questionable, but there are many cases where Pieman teaches arts and sciences, revealing unknown parts of the world to those interested. Kind of like a very powerful university professor, weird ethics and all. Pieman is known for revealing hidden treasures and is said to know about all affairs in the world. His powers range depending on who's listing them, but they can include clearing up doubts, making spirits disappear, creating visions, acquiring and dismissing servant spirits, reanimating the dead, flight, breathing underwater, and making all manners of objects and people appear. An impressive resume for sure. He does cause a lot of terror and confusion in Hereditary, but I choose to see that ending as a quasi-happy one. All Pieman wants is a new host so he can go on performing miracles for his followers. Wants a little bit of decapitation between friends. Coming in at number 4, we've got the lipstick-faced demon. Also known as the man with fire in his face, this demon's a lot scarier than it sounds. Lipstick face doesn't really smack of horror now, does it? Appearing as the major antagonist in all of the Insidious movies, this demon is a force to be reckoned with. Although it has no roots in real-world mythology or demonology, he does have a lot of features that can be associated with biblical demons. The red and black skin, akin to Darth Maul, the glowing eyes, the furry cloven hooves. It's very demonic and very inspired. What sets Lipstick-Faced Demon apart from other antagonists in Insidious is that he's actually a demon. Many of the other problem causers tend to be spirits and phantoms, unable to do all that much outside of the realm of poltergeistery. But the Lipstick-Faced Demon? He's got powers. He rules over the further as an unforgiving king of sorts and does his best to cross into the real world quite often. From scaring parents through baby monitors to attempting to possess Dalton on multiple occasions, this demon is looking for trouble. With all sorts of unworldly abilities, it becomes apparent that the man with fire in his face is a major threat. In fact, he's so scary and demonic that he manages to make Tiptoe Through the Tulips terrifying. I don't know if anyone who's seen Insidious can listen to that song anymore without looking over their shoulder. And if that isn't the mark of a truly horrid demon, I don't know what is. Coming in at number 3, we've got Deadites. Deadites are another case that don't really have real-world demon parallels, but their slew of powers and habits make them feel real demonic. Of course, they are demons. These demonic zombies slash spirits pop up all over the place and are under the control of the Necronomicon Ex Mortis, as well as the Kandarian demon. When discussing the Necronomicon, you know the demons are going to be involved. It's par for the course. After being read aloud, this awful book brought forth the Deadites and the demon, making everything a lot worse for everyone. Now the Kandarian demon is a whole other talk, so for now we'll just say that it's the leader of the Deadites and controls all sorts of evil stuff. The Deadites themselves are markedly demonic. They love to cause trouble and kill people, which is fantastic, but they also do that classic thing that all demons do. They possess people. They can do so with the living and the dead. This ability makes it easy for them to amass great armies of evil, and them being connected through a hive mind means that these huge groups of zombies can move together quite effectively too. Interestingly enough, you can get on the Deadites' good side with a little hard work and determination. And the Kandarian dagger, or the Necronomicon. These demons know that only a few things can kill and control them, so if you get your hands on either of them, you'll see them acting a little nicer. Classic demon duality. Coming in at number 2, we've got Pazuzu. We never see Pazuzu itself in The Exorcist, but this demon's presence is felt throughout the movie. It's an interesting demon to pick for a possession, but it works quite well. Pazuzu originates in Mesopotamian lore as king of the demons of wind. He's often depicted as a combination of human and animal parts: the body of a man, the head of a dog or a lion, talons of an eagle, dual sets of wings, a scorpion tail, and of course, the serpentine penis. As demon of the southwest wind, Pazuzu brings famine in dry seasons and locusts during rainy ones. Come on, man, give the poor folks a break. While he is considered an evil spirit, he also keeps other spirits away, inadvertently protecting humans from plagues and misfortune. It's an interesting trade, plagues and misfortune for famine and locusts. I don't know which one I prefer. None of this really has any bearing on the plot of The Exorcist, but it's good to know your demons before diving in. Pazuzu possesses a little girl after she uses a Ouija board. He presents himself as the harmless Captain Howdy before taking over the poor child. Through possession, he causes her to act strangely, swear, and tell people awful things. This elevates to poltergeist-like activity throughout the house, and it soon becomes much worse as she hits her peak demonic possession. Even if you haven't seen the movie, you're likely familiar with the nastiness that comes next. The possessed child spews horrible epithets and also vile liquids, all while spinning her head in impossible circles. Interestingly enough, The Exorcist was based on a book that drew from the events of a real exorcism that had happened in the late 40s. A 14-year-old boy named Roland Doe exhibited similar symptoms and required the assistance of holy men to remove the demons from his body. There were multiple instances of demonic entities associated with Roland, but it doesn't appear that Pazuzu was one of them. And finally, at number 1, we've got Azazel. The prototypical fallen angel, Azazel was featured in the movie Fallen. Get it? The demon was once glorious, radiant, and handsome. He lived in the kingdom of heaven alongside with other angels, but eventually sympathized with Satan. After lashing out following the creation of humans, Azazel was sent down to earth as punishment. As the leader of the fallen angels, he's often blamed for the corruption of humanity. Some even ascribe all sin to him. Once on Earth, Azazel led a group that would marry human women and produce monstrous babies. He also taught men the ways of evil, from crafting weapons to making use of deception to practicing witchcraft. Over time, his angelic looks faded and the accounts of Azazel were terrible. He was often described as a carrion bird or a chained demon. Definitely a far cry from his once glorious visage. In Fallen, we never get to see Azazel himself, but his corrupting influence looms. He continuously possesses people and pulls off serial murders. Ruining the lives of many seems to be his favorite hobby. He clashes with Detective Hobbs, who's trying to get to the bottom of a bunch of murders. Seeing an opportunity for devilish disaster, Azazel sets his sights on Hobbs. Azazel has the ability to possess people without even touching them, likely a nod to his corrupting influence on man. And in the end, he manages to pull off a wicked trick. So many demons, so little time. What better way to scare the crap out of an audience than to toss a couple demons in the mix? So what'd you think of the list? Do these demons scare you? What demon would you like to see in a movie? Make sure you let me know down in the comments. Speaking of comments, let's take a look at some of your more flirtatious ones from the top 5 scary real stories that should be turned into movies. MD Leahy says, remember, facial hair shavings, etc. can be secretly collected and used by evil sorcerers to bedevil the formerly bearded person. Just saying. Thank you for the reminder. I'll have to put my razor in the incinerator later. Proof Gambino says, this won't get featured, but my boy is higher than Jesus's Birkenstocks, lol. I'm here to prove you wrong today, unfortunately. Both on the not being featured part and being high while recording. I don't mix work and pleasure. Colin C. Crocker says, eventually I will learn the inner workings of a garbanzo bean. Buddy, do I have some news for you. There's this dip called hummus. It's gonna blow your mind. A Beautiful Twisted Mind says, I gotta say, Keegan, when you started I didn't like you, but you're starting to grow on me. Sorta like a fungus. What can I say? I'm a mushroom. I mean a fun guy. And T says, Keegan, what are you making these list videos for? Start writing the scripts to these movies. Somebody fund me, find me a producer, buy me some lunches, come on. And that's all the time we have for today. Before I purchase a Clark Nova typewriter, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe for more snappy sorcery. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. None of this really has any bearing on the plot of The Exorcist, but it's good to know your demons before diving in. Pazuzu possesses, wow. Pazuzu possesses